The 2026 Citroën DS21 stands not merely as a machine of locomotion, but as a philosophical manifesto forged in steel, hydraulics, and audacity. It is the reincarnation of one of the most intellectually radical automobiles ever conceived. A car that once stunned the world with its otherworldly silhouette and revolutionary engineering, and now returns to remind us that true innovation is timeless. From the very first glance, the DS21 defies conventional proportion. Its elongated aerodynamic profile appears less sculpted and more wind-formed, as though shaped by the invisible hands of airflow itself. The nose tapers with deliberate elegance, while the rear arcs downward in a fluid gesture that seems to ignore the rigid geometry typically imposed upon automobiles. This is not mere design, it is aerodynamic poetry. Every contour whispers the language of efficiency and futurism, echoing the spirit that once made the original DS a sensation at its debut. Yet the 2026 interpretation does not simply replicate nostalgia. Instead, it amplifies it with contemporary precision. The iconic floating roofline has been reimagined with seamless glass integration, creating an almost architectural transparency. Subtle LED lighting signatures trace the car's outline at dusk, giving it a spectral glow, a modern halo for a mechanical saint. Chrome accents are applied with Parisian restraint. Never excessive, always intentional. Step into the cabin and one immediately senses that the DS21 was never meant to conform. The interior feels less like a cockpit and more like a curated salon. The seats, upholstered in supple, hand-stitched leather, appear to float gently above the floor, echoing the vehicle's legendary suspension philosophy. The dashboard sweeps horizontally in an elegant arc, punctuated by minimalist digital instrumentation that respects, rather than overwhelms, the aesthetic purity of the space. The steering wheel, an homage to the original single-spoke design, has been reinterpreted with structural finesse, maintaining its avant-garde spirit while incorporating modern tactile controls. Ambient lighting bathes the cabin in soft illumination, evoking the ambiance of a refined Parisian lounge rather than a sterile technological chamber. Materials are not chosen merely for durability, but for emotional resonance. Brushed aluminum, sustainable wood veneers, and precision glass surfaces coexist in harmonious dialogue. Of course, the soul of the DS21 has always resided in its engineering genius. Historically, it was a pioneer of hydrop pneumatic suspension, a system that granted it an almost supernatural ability to glide above imperfections. In its 2026 incarnation, that ethos has been reborn through advanced adaptive air suspension, infused with hydraulic intelligence. The result is nothing short of ethereal. The DS21 does not simply absorb road irregularities, it dissolves them. Potholes feel like distant memories. Uneven. Pavement becomes an abstract concept. Acceleration is delivered through a refined hybrid powertrain that balances serenity with strength. The electric motor provides immediate torque, granting the DS21 an almost silent surge forward, while the combustion engine engages seamlessly when additional vigor is required. It is not a car that seeks to intimidate with brute force. Rather, it impresses through composure and continuity. Power is delivered as a smooth crescendo, not an abrupt exclamation. The steering experience is equally distinctive. Unlike hyper-aggressive performance sedans that demand constant correction, the DS21 guides with deliberate calm. Its steering ratio feels intuitive, progressive, and dignified. You are not wrestling the machine. You are conversing with it. Corners are approached with confidence and exited with poise, the chassis maintaining an almost aristocratic balance. Silence, too, plays a central role in the DS narrative. Advanced acoustic insulation and active noise cancellation create a sanctuary within. Even at highway velocities, the cabin remains tranquil, insulated from the cacophony of the external world. Conversations are conducted in whispers. Music unfolds with concert hall clarity, and the passage of time feels suspended. Technological integration in the 2026 DS21 reflects a philosophy of discrete intelligence. The infotainment interface is fluid and elegantly responsive, yet never visually intrusive. Augmented navigation overlays directions with subtlety, and driver assistance systems operate with near-invisible vigilance. The car anticipates rather than reacts, assisting without undermining autonomy. It feels less like a collection of features and more like an ecosystem of thoughtful enhancements. Yet beyond metrics and mechanisms, what renders the DS21 extraordinary is its emotional architecture. It carries within it a defiant refusal to conform, a reminder that innovation often emerges from those willing to challenge orthodoxy. Driving it feels less like participating in traffic and more like inhabiting a piece of moving art. It does not demand speed to feel significant.